Have you ever heard your own voice on a recording? That first listen can be quite a shock. Many of us react with a cringe. Is that really me, you might ask? It sounds so different, so alien, not at all like the voice you hear in your head every day. This experience is almost universal. It's a strange little quirk of human perception, one that makes us question our own identity, even if just for a moment. Why does this happen? Why this jarring difference between the voice we perceive as we speak and the voice that plays back from a device? It's a fascinating question, one that takes us into the realms of physics and psychology. The core reason lies in how we perceive sound, specifically, how we perceive the sound of our own voice. Our skulls, it turns out, are excellent sound conductors. They play a crucial role in shaping the voice we are accustomed to. So, the voice you hear in your head is a richer, more resonant version. It's a private concert, just for you. So let's embark on a little cosmic journey, not through space, but through sound. We'll explore the pathways sound takes, we'll look at how our brains interpret these signals, and we'll uncover why that recorded voice, the one that makes you wince, is actually closer to what everyone else hears. Understanding this can be quite liberating. It can help you make peace with your vocal alter ego. Prepare for some auditory revelations. The universe of your voice is more complex than you think. Let's dive in. When you speak, you are a unique audience member. You hear your voice in a special way. This is because you experience your voice through two distinct pathways. Think of it as having a stereo system with an extra personal subwoofer. The first pathway is called air conduction. This is the straightforward route. Your vocal cords vibrate, creating sound waves that travel out of your mouth and nose, through the air and into your outer ear canal. These vibrations pass through the tiny bones of your middle ear, finally reaching your inner ear, the cochlea. This air-conducted sound is how other people hear you speak. But you, the speaker, get something extra. You also hear your voice through bone conduction. As your vocal cords vibrate, they send vibrations through the bones and tissues of your head. Your skull, your jaw, your teeth, they all vibrate. These vibrations travel directly to your inner ear, bypassing the outer and middle ear. This internal pathway transmits lower frequencies more effectively, adding depth, richness, and bass to the sound you perceive. So the voice in your head is a composite, a blend of external air-conducted sound and internal bone-conducted sound. You are hearing the full orchestra, while others only hear a part of it. Now, let's introduce a microphone into this equation. Whether it's on your phone, your laptop, or a professional recording setup, a microphone is essentially an artificial ear. It's designed to capture sound waves, but it has a crucial limitation when it comes to your voice. It only experiences the world like an external listener. Microphones capture sound primarily through air conduction, just like another person's ears. They pick up the sound waves your voice projects into the surrounding environment, the sound that has traveled from your mouth through the air to the microphone's diaphragm. This is the part of your voice that everyone else hears, the part that's broadcast to the world. Crucially, the microphone misses out on bone conduction. It cannot feel the vibrations traveling through your skull. That rich, resonant bass quality, the warmth added by your bones vibrating in sympathy with your vocal cords, that's largely absent. The microphone doesn't have a skull to resonate with. It only gets the sound that has made its way out into the open air. Therefore, the recorded voice often sounds different. It frequently seems higher in pitch, thinner, or less powerful. The recording presents a more naked version of your voice, stripped of that internal resonance. Want to get a tangible sense of this bone conduction phenomenon? You don't need a fancy acoustics lab. You can perform a simple experiment right now. All you need is yourself, your voice, and your fingers. This little demonstration can offer a glimpse into the rich internal soundscape that a microphone misses. Are you ready to explore? Here's what you do. First, speak a sentence or two normally. Listen to how your voice sounds to you. Now, gently but firmly plug your ears with your fingers. Make a good seal. With your ears plugged, speak the same sentence again, or hum a little tune. Pay close attention to what you hear now. How has the sound of your voice changed? What qualities are more prominent? What seems different? You'll likely notice that your voice sounds much louder. More muffled, of course, because you've blocked the air-conducted sound from entering your ears externally. But listen deeper, beyond the muffling. You should perceive your voice as being deeper, more resonant, fuller, almost booming inside your head. This is because by plugging your ears, you've reduced the amount of air-conducted sound reaching your eardrums from the outside. This makes the bone-conducted sound much more apparent. This amplified internal sound gives you a direct experience. It highlights the contribution of bone conduction, the very component that recordings typically don't capture. When you speak normally, you hear a mix. When your ears are plugged, you're predominantly hearing the vibrations through your skull. This experiment helps illustrate why your voice on a tape recorder can seem so surprisingly different from the one you live with daily. The surprise of hearing your recorded voice isn't just a matter of physics, it's also deeply psychological. This phenomenon has a name. Researchers call it voice confrontation. It describes the cognitive dissonance, the mental discomfort that arises. This discomfort stems from the mismatch. The voice you hear, the one you know intimately from inside your head, clashes with the voice that plays back from the speaker. It's an echo of yourself, but not quite right. This confrontation can trigger a range of reactions: mild surprise, curiosity. For many, it's a distinct feeling of unease or even embarrassment. Do I really sound like that? Is a common, often dismayed internal question. Some might find their recorded voice to be weak, whiny, or just plain weird. This isn't necessarily a reflection of objective reality, it's more about the shock of the unfamiliar, the disruption of a deeply ingrained self-perception. Our voice is a core part of our identity. When you hear a version of that voice that doesn't align with your internal experience, it can be unsettling. Understanding voice confrontation helps us normalize these feelings. It's not a sign of insecurity, necessarily. It's a natural human response to a perceptual discrepancy. Beyond the fundamental physics of air and bone conduction, there's another layer: technology itself. The specific equipment used to record and play back your voice can significantly influence what you hear. Not all microphones are created equal. Not all speakers tell the same sonic story. These devices act as filters. They can color, shape, and sometimes distort the sound of your voice. Consider the microphone first. There's a vast universe of them: tiny mics in smartphones, headset mics for gaming, professional studio condenser microphones. Each type has its own characteristics, its own frequency response. Some microphones might be very good at capturing low bass frequencies, giving a warmer sound. Others might emphasize higher frequencies, making a voice sound brighter or perhaps thinner. Then there's the playback system. Listening to your voice through tiny, tinny laptop speakers is a vastly different experience than hearing it through high-quality headphones or studio monitors. Cheap speakers often struggle to reproduce the full range of frequencies accurately. They might cut off bass or make trebles sound harsh. So when you hear your recorded voice, you're not just hearing the air-conducted sound. You're hearing it as interpreted by a chain of technology. Each component in that chain can introduce its own subtle or not-so-subtle alterations. So, we've journeyed through physics, physiology, and psychology. We've seen why your recorded voice sounds different. It lacks the bone-conducted resonance you're used to. It's filtered by technology, and it can challenge your self-perception. The key takeaway? That recorded voice, surprising as it may be, is generally how the rest of the world hears you. Learning to accept and even embrace this recorded voice can be a powerful step. It's about bridging the gap between your internal experience and external reality. It's about becoming comfortable with your authentic sound, as perceived by others. This doesn't mean you can't work on improving your vocal delivery if you wish, but acceptance is the first step. How can we move from that initial cringe to a place of confidence and familiarity with our recorded selves? Practice and exposure are your allies. Record yourself speaking regularly. Listen back, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. The more you hear your recorded voice, the more familiar it will become. The shock will lessen. The perceived strangeness will fade. You might even start to appreciate its unique qualities. Ask for feedback from people you trust. They can offer an objective perspective, often confirming that your voice sounds perfectly fine, or even great to them. Know that your voice is a complex instrument. Embrace its nuances. Your recorded voice is a true part of you. Let it be heard with understanding and eventually with pride.